Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. This is another video in our continuing series on repairing our hydrostatic transmission on our John Deere Z920 mower. I'm down on the floor because I'm getting ready to reattach the one hydrostatic unit that I had taken off and removed back to this main drive unit so that I can put the whole thing back up into the mower. So follow along as we do that. And remember to subscribe to keep up to date with all of our videos, and give us a thumbs up if you like this video or if it's helpful, and remember to ring that bell notification so that anytime we post a new video, you'll get notified. So you can see that I have this unit that I cleaned up in the last video back in, and I have the unit that I repaired right here. And now it's time to put them back together and get them back onto this main unit so that I can put it back into the mower. So I'm going to do that today. What I've done in preparation for this is I've kind of sorted out my nuts and bolts. If you're like me, when you take things apart, sometimes you don't pay attention to where all the nuts and bolts go. Good thing that I video a lot of my stuff, so I can go back and refer to those videos. But over here to the left are most of the bolts, well, I should say all of the bolts, that go back into this whole carrier unit here that mounts into the mower. So these are the big bolts that go through to hold that. These are the bolts that hold those angle brackets, and then the other ones that go through. So these I've got separated out. I've kind of dropped in the bolts that hold the drive unit in so that I can have them handy when I lift this thing up and try to get it back in there. And then we just need to slide this hose on for the oil reservoir. So hopefully it'll go in fairly easily. So let's try it. So I've got the unit up on a dolly here where I can roll it around, make it a little bit easier. I think it's going to be easy. The only thing that might be a little difficult is it's got to sit on this lip back here, and then I have to get the oil hose on. Other than that, I believe it just goes up under. Here's my other two bolts here that I had to put through. So let's see if we can get her rolled under there. May have to lift this up all the way. There we go. And let me take this cap off that I had on, protecting that. And pull this little bad boy out. Got a little bit of oil on it still. And let's see if I can get this down on there. So let's see, I gotta get this thing on there first. That may be the most difficult part, the whole adventure. I don't know, could probably take this reservoir loose and make it easier, but I don't know. Let's try it this way first. Or take this little thing off here and just slide it on, but we'll see. Yeah, I may just wind up taking this off instead of trying to twist all this stuff around and risk breaking that Let me take this little spout off here. So this is a 13mm socket to take this off. Let's see if I can get it off with my little ratchet. Yeah, it's not tight. I didn't expect it to be because it's plastic. You don't want to tighten it too tight. I believe it has an O-ring under here that seals it, but we'll see when we pop it off. Yes, wow, okay, 2 O-rings in there. So if you can see that. All right, so let's now see if we can get this unit up on here. And well, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide this onto that hose and tighten it up first. But I wanna clean some of this up around here in just a minute. I'll be back. Okay, I got that all cleaned up. Let me slide this up on here. There we go. Now that should make it easier to get everything together. I'm not gonna put the clamp on and tighten it up yet, just because I want to be able to move that around. Like I mentioned before, this set of bolts, or part of the casing I should say, needs to sit up on this lip. So this is going to lift up and go up on this lip. Let me get my 2 screws ready, bolts ready for that. So I can drop those in once I get it there. Let's see how difficult this will be. Come on. What's it hitting on? See, this is why I was concerned about trying to take it out of the mower without dropping the whole unit down. I just didn't know how all this stuff might have to go. Okay, so it's getting there. Come on. Man, I'm not sure what it's hitting on to keep it sliding back. Let's see. Of course, everything's rolling around on my dollies. There we go. All right. Now, if I can get some, get those bolts in the back so they won't go anywhere. But I've got to tilt it up so that it will stay in there, or be straight, so I can start those bolts. So I've got 2 that go in the front here, and I'm going to try to get those up. Things don't roll around too much. Hey, there we go. Let's see. Maybe. All right, I think I got those in. Let's see if I can get these other ones to start. These are, what is this? 15mm socket. Let me see if I can fix this while I'm here. Man, this thing. There we go, down in there, I believe. Now, I think what I'm going to do is loosen this reservoir. So that I'm not stressing anything out. So let's take this bolt out here. I'll loosen this one. Now this reservoir should, yeah, see it moves around. So I can now lift it a little bit, push that in. Okay. Now I'll put my screw back in there. My bolt rather. Okay, let's snug that up a little bit. Making an extension for that because I don't have much room. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so that doesn't be too tight. And then I will slide this hose clamp back on there. Get it back down the way it should be. Grease still in there. There we go. That's not the original nut that goes in there. Let me see if I can find a washer to go on that, because it doesn't look like it's fitting that hole very well. Alright, I found a washer to go on that nut so that it's not now. That may be too short. Like I said, this is not the original nut that came out of it. Looks like somebody replaced it. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, it's pretty long. So I may have one in my little nut and bolt storage doodad. I keep all kind of, I'm like a squirrel. I keep all my nuts that I can, because you never know when you're going to need one, just like this. So let me see what I have in my little stash. Well, what do you know? I found one, which is no small feat considering this is metric. Now it's not as long, but it'll work. It even has some Loctite on it already. So let's put this one back in. Oh, we got this loose. I'll go ahead. Oh yeah, look at that. I missed a lot of good goop behind there when I washed up. Clean that out. Okay. So let's put this one in here. Look at it. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. This one back in here. Come on. Oh, look at that. Of course, that's not the same size. Let me see what I need to tighten that one up. Probably a 12. This is 13. So let me see. Yeah, that's a 12. So let's tighten that one up. Some of those little nubby bolts, it's hard to tighten, but for this, it's just holding the reservoir. So, it's not like it's holding anything that is taking any stress. Okay. All right. Got that problem solved. Now let's continue with putting the rest of the bolts in. So let's see if I can get these started now. All right, those are hand tight. Now I'll work on getting the rest. I think there's 2 here, 2 there. So these 2, yeah, they drop through. Okay. And then these. And once again, it looks like somebody's replaced one of the bolts with a different one. So, why don't we put that one back here? Those 2 there. We'll put this strange one back here. Not sure why it's got a washer and a lock washer, but if I remember right, this is the one when I was taking it apart that had a different size bolt, which was a little odd. I'm wondering, I'm looking at the filter housing here. Yeah, it's fine. It'll miss. I was wondering if that bolt was too long and was going to hit on the filter housing. These are lock nuts themselves. They have the little rubber or plastic insert, so that's why he's got a little lock washer on that one, just to keep it from coming off, which is probably a good idea. And these 2. Okay. Got this on the lightest setting right now. I'm just snugging these up. Then I'll tighten them up once I make sure everything's on where it's supposed to be. the odd man out there. Okay, I believe that's all good. Let me put her on full juice and we'll snug them up. Alright, that's good. I just got to tighten this one up. I believe that one, since this was a 15 millimeter socket, I believe this one was 17. Let me check and see. And I was correct. That was a 17 millimeter wrench and socket. Get this started here and then we'll run it up. That should be good. Now, let me get this clamp tightened up. Man, I hate these things. I probably should just get a nut driver. Well, I'm going to have to put my spectacles on so I can see. There we go. Come. How tight these are. Okay, that should be good enough. And I did tighten that bad boy back up right. Yes, I did. Man. Okay, everything is tight. Everything's back together. Awesome. Now I need to put this little clip and rod back on that fell out before. That is the release for the hydrostatic unit. If you ever need to push the mower around. Man, that one's really tough to pull. This one is not bad. But this one is rather tough to pull back and forth. Oh, I see. It looks like it has some grass and goop down in there that I didn't successfully get out. So I'll clean that out. Maybe that'll help that to go back and forth without much resistance. What I'm going to try to repair now is this this lever here. I know it's probably hard to see. I'm getting my light. Where's my light? So down in here, right here, this little lever is what takes the unit in and out of, I guess for lack of a better word, neutral, so that you can push the mower around if you need to. And what happened is this little rod, when I was taking the unit out, just kind of fell out. So apparently it the ring or the snap clip that held it in had come off, but fortunately it was just sitting there in there, and it didn't fall out, probably because of so much grass and grease and gunk. So what I have is a box of star washers, and I'm going to see if I can find one that slides up on here, because that's what holds it on the other side, is one of these star washers just slides up on the end of this thing and holds it. So it looks like this one will work. Looks like the right size. Get my big fat fingers out of the way. Looks like the right size. I just need to figure out how to get it on there and then push it up on there. I almost need like a split, some kind of split pliers or something to do that. But I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna have to move the camera a little bit. Let's move you over here. Turn you back around. And then of course my light falls off. Okay, here we go. So this thing goes up on here. I don't know if I can just push it on with my, well, first of all, I've got to get it in the right hole. Ha! I was about to put it on and not have it in the right slot going out. That would have been a pain, because these things, once you get them on, they are not meant to come back off. Of course, that is really hard to push on there. Let me see if I can get some type of pliers to do that. If I was smart, I would have done this before I put the unit back in, but I forgot about it. So I don't know if they make something that could do this, because what you need to do is it has to be kind of split to squeeze on both sides of that little spring at the same time while squeezing, holding this down. So let me show you what I've done here. I did use my old friend YouTube to see how these things were typically installed, and they are installed with a tool that you normally push on, which is basically a tool that holds that star washer, and then you push the other piece into it. So what I've done is found a socket that is just the right size to hold that star washer, and I've taped it in with a piece of tape so it wouldn't slide. And then I found a reducer and a bolt that would just fit in here nice and tight, and hopefully I'll be able to push that top down on here. So let's try it. I'm not sure if I can get the camera over here where you can see, but I'll try. So there's our contraption. Now let's see if I can get the shaft down on there. Let me try this little extension, and let me get a hammer to tappy tap. If I can tap this down on here. Come on. Hey, I believe it went on. Good deal. Now, the trick is to get all this mess out from under here. All right. believe that got it, guys. Look at that. More than one way to skin a cat. So here you can see that it did go up on there nicely, and it works. So let me show you what I did. I looked online and they did have a tool for these spring washers that you load the spring washer into, and then you push it onto the stud or whatever you want to assemble it. So that gave me the idea to try to find a socket that was the right size that would hold that. So that's what I did. That winds up being a 12mm socket. And then I just taped that on so it wouldn't fall off. So I just took a piece of painter's tape and put it here over the star washer like that, and then just push it around to make sure it would stay on the socket and not fall off. Then to make it easier to push the rod through, I just took something and pushed a hole in this tape so I wouldn't be fighting that tape to have to do it. So there we go. Now the other thing was how to hold it, and like I said, I found this little reducer that gave me some length, and then I happened to find a bolt that would go in the bottom of this and just gave it just the right amount of length that I could set this on the case and push up against it. And then I was able just to push that rod down in there, as you saw. So hey, sometimes improvise and overcome is the way to do it when you don't have the tool. There we go. Everything's back together and ready to be put back in the mower. I went ahead and put the belt on, as you can see, because it's easier to get it around everything, the tensioner and all, and then this will go up around the pulley on the motor. And all I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and change the filters in both of the units. Right here is the filter, and if you remember, I took the filter out of that one when I had it open, and here it is. Doesn't look too bad, but while I've got it open, everything out, the oil drained out, I'm going to go ahead and change the filter in both. So I need to run up to the John Deere dealer and get that, and obviously I need to refill the oil reservoir. And I believe, I'll have to read up on it, I believe you have to take these plugs here out to let the air out of the unit so it will fill up. But I'll do a little check on that just to make sure. Definitely won't hurt. But then once I get the oil back in it and the filters changed, then I'll be ready to slide back into the big boy here and bolt up. So I hope that has been helpful. This is my first time working on it, but it was all pretty intuitive, and if you are mechanically inclined, I think you could do it also. But thanks for watching, and also remember to subscribe if you like my videos, so you can keep up with everything we do here on the farm. And give me a like if you like the video, and ring that bell notification so that anytime we post a new video, you'll get a notification. Take care. See you on the next video.